Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. We have video today from SandraFayeonYT. Sandra's just been putting out bangers.
Young hoes.
Young hoes don't wait for their cars to warm up, they just pull off and go. Young hoes don't iron. Young hoes don't mop, they Swiffer. Young hoes only do one big load of laundry. Young hoes put everything in the dishwasher. They don't care about what the material of the dish is, it's going in the dishwasher. Young hoes don't like folding, so they just stuff their clothes in the drawer.
It's actually just easier just to hang everything. You know, the only thing I really fold is my underwear.
Hoes use super hot water to clean everything, including themselves. Young hoes only use high heat to cook things. Young hoes spam the 30-second button on the microwave instead of just putting in the time that they need. Young hoes leave their clean clothes in the dryer and take them one by one as they need them. All a young hoe is someone who's freed themselves from being inconvenienced.
You're not a young hoe.
That's so
You're
true.
You're a trifling hoe.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Hey y'all, I just wanted to pop in here and briefly talk, I don't know if this is gonna be brief, but I did want to pop in here and talk about this trend that's going all over TikTok.
Did she just throw a plate away? She threw a plate away.
Called the young hoe trend. Now, hopefully YouTube does not ad restrict this video because I'm saying the word hoe. Okay, 304, young 304. I guess that's what we'll say. We'll say young
you're gonna
304. Have to say that. The young 304 trend. And it's been sweeping all over TikTok. And essentially, you have these young women getting on here and basically normalizing the idea of having low standards, lack of
being wasteful, it looks like. Holy cow, you just wasted 3 paper towels just to dry off your hands? In Asian households, you ladies would have been destroyed. Destroyed.
Self-respect,
being wasteful like that,
and then turning all of that into their identity.
Y'all really think that young hoe trend is cute? Like, what would really behoove y'all to be on social media talking about something?
It's like, I'm low class, and this is how I'm gonna show it.
I'm a young hoe. I'm a young hoe. Like, you think that's cute? Now, if these niggas start treating y'all like hoes, don't say I ain't say nothing, and don't cry about it either.
Words shape identity. You cannot separate what you call yourself from how you see yourself.
Correct.
If you are constantly referring to yourself as a 304, that is how you feel about yourself. It might start off as a joke. Oh, it's just a jokey joke. But that repetition, that's going to turn into an identity. Calling yourself a 304 casually lowers the bar for how you expect to be treated. Because why would anybody treat a young 304 like a queen, like a princess? Why would anyone treat a young 304 with respect? No one's going to respect you more than you respect yourself.
Correct.
And once you lower...
This is something my father has always said. It's also the same thing as love. No one's going to love you more than you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect anybody else to love you?
your bar internally, it's going to start showing up in your behavior.
All these little so-called jokes that y'all are saying are things that young hoes do. No, that's the things that a trifling girl who was half raised does.
Correct.
All right. This is the actions of a girl who mama was so pressed on running after men that she did a terrible job at raising her daughter, and her daughter is now trifling and don't know how to operate as a woman. That's what that is, right? And
Damn
we
right.
know this because anybody who would go around proudly associating the word hoe with themselves already tell us the mindset of how lost you are as a bird. And I can already hear y'all in the comment section now, it's just a trend, we just joking. And like I done said before, a joke ain't nothing but a relatable truth. The truth is still in there.
That's why it's
You're not
funny.
separating clothes, you cooking everything on high. Again, these are basic adult functions that you don't know how to do properly because you were half raised. The whole...
Exactly what she said. Basic adult functions. You don't even have that down. And you expect men to take care of you or to buy you stuff, spend money on you? You can't even take care of yourself.
Wearing the same bra and panties multiple days in a row. getting in the bed wet after taking a shower. Like, y'all were not raised properly.
The examples that they're bringing up, they have nothing to do with sexuality, which is very interesting to me. It's like the co-op of the word 304. I'm a young 304, but none of the characteristics have anything to do with having sex, but rather how you operate as a functioning or not quite functioning adult.
So when you're not a functioning adult, you're a 304. Okay.
The behaviors that they've outlined for being a young 304 are just carelessness. These folks are really on here bragging about how they are careless and thinking it's a flex. Thinking it's a flex that you don't take care of the things that you own. Thinking it's a flex that you just do whatever, that you have no standards, you just don't care. That is so weird to me. Cooking everything on high, not maintaining your car, ruining clothes in the wash. Look, that's not quirky. That's just a lack of discipline and a lack of care. It's like your mom didn't teach you how to cook. Your mom didn't teach you how to do laundry. Your mom and dad didn't teach you how to maintain a car. You just do whatever. And ultimately you destroy your stuff. I'm sorry, but if I'm paying money...
Yeah, us guys, most of our stuff can be thrown in one wash, to tell you the truth. We don't really have to separate our stuff that much, especially guys like me where we just have dark clothes everywhere. Like all of my clothes is dark. I maybe have like a couple white things. It's all going in the same wash. It doesn't need to be separated.
Money for things.
But for women's clothes, I can understand it. They have very different materials, fabric, and all that other junk.
I want to take care of them as best I can. Now, I might not be a dry cleaner yet, okay? That's a bit above my pay grade right now. I want to get there though, where I dry clean everything. We at least separate the colors and the darks and the whites. Separate your laundry. People who...
I only dry clean would be my dress shirts and my suit. Those are the only things I dry clean, which it's not that bad. It's like $4 a shirt.
Value their things, take care of them. People who value themselves, they take care of themselves as well. So this trend is really just y'all highlighting how y'all just don't care about yourselves. Correct. It's really the epitome of self-hatred. Because why bother? Why bother?
They're flaunting it, Sandra. They're flaunting that they hate themselves. They're flaunting that they don't even have the minimum basic knowledge to take care of themselves to look like a normal person.
Keeping my things nice. Why bother keeping myself nice if I'm just a young 304?
I don't know about y'all, but I don't want me no young hoe. Y'all can keep that. I want me a respectable, classy young woman, a young lady. Y'all be talking about young hoe this, young hoe that to excuse stupid and weird behavior. Nah, fam, we not going for that. I need me a nice woman who keep it cute. You feel me? Y'all keep the rest. Yeah, keep that over there.
So it's not just a word, it's a mindset. Lack of value and lack of patience go hand in hand. See, being impatient is a big theme with this entire trend. Not waiting, not respecting the process, not taking the time to do things with quality and effort. It really just shows that a lot of these heifers are
and very wasteful. Again, then instead of restoring, fixing the problem, you throw it away and you go buy a new one. This is why you waste so much money. I remember growing up, my parents fixed everything. I still have the mortar and pestle that my parents brought from Cambodia. I keep it because it's mom's mortar and pestle. It just reminds me of mom, so I still have it. But yes, my parents keep all of their stuff, right? And they fix everything. They don't just throw stuff willy-nilly because when we came here, we had nothing.
Just short-sighted. They have short-term thinking. Oh, I want to eat fast, so I'm just going to heat this up real quick in the pot. Oh, I just want to get this laundry over with, so I'm just going to wash it all together, even if it's going to ruin my clothes. It's very short-sighted thinking. Oh, my car, if you live in one of the colder states, it's freezing outside, but I'm just going to turn my car on and go, not let the car heat up, all while you're destroying your car. And cars are expensive, so it's very short-sighted. And these same bros will probably get on here, oh my God, my car broke down. I can't afford to get it fixed. Oh my God. They start hitting up all the ninjas that they've been sneaky linking. Can you send me $40? Hoping they could build up enough $40 transactions so that they can finally fix their fucking car that they broke by being careless. When you don't value outcomes, you don't respect the steps it takes to get there. And that's the reason why everything they have is just raggedy. It's raggedy. They look raggedy. They behave raggedy. Their life is raggedy. And
she is so right. They look raggedy. There's a lot of women out there that look pretty damn raggedy.
Shows.
The fascination with young hoes is because of feminism. Stay with me. There has never been the women that exist right now that are young and doing what the fuck we doing. The world ain't never seen no shit like this in centuries. I mean, millennia. The last time hoes was really coming like this was probably Egypt. I don't know, like prehistoric times.
That mindset doesn't just stay in the kitchen or the laundry room. No, it spills over into your everyday life. It spills over to your relationships. That's why these same broads are on here complaining about ain't-ish ninjas, because they have low standards with their relationships, their finances, impulsive decision, impulsive buying, their health. You're practicing being careless about small things, and you wonder why the rest of your life feels so chaotic. You wonder why the rest of your life is just one big mistake after big mistake after big mistake. At a point, it's not a mistake. It's just your choices. You're choosing to be careless. You're choosing not to give a F. And then they get on here and be like, yeah, I don't give a F. I don't give a F. Their whole life is in flames. And the reason why is because they never gave a F. But secretly behind the phone, you know, when they cut the phone off, in deep down,
yeah, they never cared to be good at anything, right? Men actually care to be good at stuff. We want to be proud of ourselves because we're good at it. Women,
down inside, they know this ain't right. That's why they're living in a way that, if you really look at it objectively, is like they're depressed. It's really like they're depressed. Usually people are very careless when they are depressed, and that's what it's giving.
So I just want to know when it was okay for white women in general to just take all black women's trends. Like every time when a summer come or around the summertime,
you're mad that white girls took the young ho Society's cooked.
Make up something that's fun and for the summer, and they always take it. Like whenever was white women or white men saying young hoes? When was, like, it's just weird. Like every single time we come up with something, they take, like, come up with y'all's. Like I have yet to see y'all ever come up with y'all's. Like come up with y'all's. Where have we the young hoes, like, we the young...
They did come up with the word. It was the N word. Now you guys use it all the time and they can't use it anymore. Just saying.
Turn bitches, like, we the ones that's turn party up, bitch. Like, we're the young hoes.
It's not just enough for it to be a tacky trend, but there also has to be some racial aspect of it, some ageism going on.
Right.
And it's absolutely disgusting and ridiculous to me.
So now you can only be a young hoe if you black.
Y'all be in competition to be at the bottom. It blows my mind. It's really a race to the bottom. This was a trend started by black women, okay, black heathens. Obviously, when black people get anything popping, everyone wants to latch on. Well, let me rephrase.
I 100% agree. I always say it. Black culture is a very dominating culture.
That when anything gets popping, everyone latches on.
Correct.
I mean, how many people were doing the
Bebot
challenge like a week ago? Okay, and that was what? Filipino? That was like a Filipino trend. Everybody was doing that trend. Like, what are we talking about here? Whenever something goes viral, a lot of different people are going to join in on that trend. So you had some black women getting out here saying, yeah, we started the trend. How dare these white women jump on it? We can't have anything. In my mind, I'm just like, why is it that you want to gatekeep being called a young hoe? For the life of me, I cannot understand why you are gatekeeping degeneracy. If these white girls want to get out here and call themselves young whores, let them degrade themselves. Do not try to gatekeep degeneracy, because guess what you do when you do that? You feed into the Jezebel spirit. You feed into all the stereotypes that they've already created about us. Does real life imitate art, or does art imitate life? And y'all are making it seem like the art is simply imitating life. The way y'all are wanting to gatekeep being called a hoe.
I just saw a young hoe video on my For You page, and it's an edit. And the videos in this edit are of women just, you know, being happy, living life, and it said, like, the caption said hashtag young hoe, whatever. Almost every clip in this edit was of white women, and this is exactly what we be talking about. This is exactly what we be talking about.
It's like, who's truly racist now? The people that try to make it a race thing, or just people just jumping on trends because it's a trend?
When that black girl got up on here and said the trend was over because she saw a palm-colored gal make her own video to the young ho trend, something black women started, y'all can't deny where this trend came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all like to deny and make it and try to y'all can't deny where the young ho trend came from. You can't. We all know black women started this. When that black girl...
Okay, this is the same thing as like Passport Bros. When I started jumping on Passport Bros, everybody was mad at me because I wasn't black. And I just... Okay.
Made that video called out and saying bitch is over now. Y'all jumped her. Y'all dragged her. Y'all was like, it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. How are y'all gonna tell the people that made it up what it is? But yeah, y'all was going with this mindset thing. And you know, the black girls was like, whatever. Bitch, y'all want to be included in everything, whatever. Be a young hoe if you want to.
If something is inherently negative, why are you trying to claim ownership of it? Why attach something that...
Yeah, you're literally trying to claim a negative stereotype into your own group of culture or your own culture. Like, how does that even make sense? Why would you want that to be associated with young black women only?
Degrades your identity as a group. This doesn't just stop here, because of course we can have the white versus black, but then also the old versus young.
Young ho, old ho, young ho, old ho, young ho, old ho.
Old hoes operated by the you should or you have to. You should be putting a man before yourself. You should be taking care of his kids even if they aren't yours. You should be cooking for him every night and making sure that...
Can we just say young women and old women? Why do you guys... Again, you guys put this stupid word there that is a degrading term.
Your family has a home-cooked meal. You should be working it out. You should stay together for the kids. You should be honoring thy mother and thy father. You'll have to find a man or you'll die alone. You have to take care of everyone in your family. You have to put everyone above yourself. Young hoes saw them do all of that and was like, I'm not doing that shit. You can miss me with that because I'm going to go to school, get my own job, get my own place. And that is exactly why we can throw whatever we want into that washing machine and whatever we want into that dishwasher. Because who going to stop us? Our non-existent kids or the dog that's laying up in the bed with us?
Exactly. You're not accountable to anybody else. Sad. You're not even accountable to yourself.
Or some raggedy ass man on a podcast? No. The old hoes may have figured out and perfected the recipes and being able to clean up without a trace, if you know what I mean. But one thing about us young hoes, we will up and leave in the middle of the night and never see you again. No trace, no contact, no way to contact us ever again. Done.
And you think that's the better, smarter way to go.
So when other women come out and they talk about this whole young hoe trend being so stupid, then like, oh, you old hoes. It's just you old hoes are just so jealous. And not only that, you have the old hoes coming out and they're trying to convince you that they have young ho mentality or tendencies. It's just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. You really have older women out here jumping in to compete in this tacky ass trend.
Here are my 12 young ho tendencies as someone who is almost 40.
Listen, I am a old ho with young ho tendencies.
Young ho's this, old ho's that. One thing I'd like to point out, nowhere in this trend does it say that we're not hoes.
Correct.
The ho-ness of us is assumed.
Yes.
Because we're hoes.
These same
Correct.
old hoes, guess what? They're the ones who raised the young hoes. No wonder they can't do a damn thing for themselves. No wonder they don't know how to wash their clothes.
No wonder the old hoes have the exact same problem as the young hoes because they instilled the exact same problems.
No wonder
in
they
them.
don't care to learn how to wash their clothes. No wonder they can't wash dishes. No wonder they're pulling the plug from the wall with the cord, destroying the vacuum cleaner. Like, what are we talking about here? They raised them and now they're still in competition because it's just a state of arrested development. And guess what? Those young 304s, they're going to pass that dysfunction down to their children and their children, and it's just going to devolve and get worse and worse and worse and worse. So we went from calling ourselves bad bees to young hoes. It's going to continue to get worse. Instead of growing, we're regressing. And that's the sad part. Aging is supposed to come with wisdom, not upgraded irresponsibility. And it's deeper than just some TikTok trend. We're really normalizing dysfunction and celebrating lack of discipline, turning bad habits into personality traits. It's sad. And then these same folks will get out into the world behaving this way, and then they wonder why everybody look at them crazy. They wonder why they get the results that they do. They wonder why their life is in shambles. But it's because of your choices. If you are so careless as you move through life, then understand you're not going to build anything fruitful. Everything is going to be half-assed, because you mean to tell me that you half-ass your own personal belongings, but then when you go out into the world, you don't half-ass the things that you do? You have some of these broads getting on here talking about, yeah, us young hoes, we started business, we lash text, we nail text, we do this, we do that. And that's why a lot of these broads be walking around with eye infections, they lids glued together, because that same carelessness is going to translate into how you run your business. That same carelessness is going to translate into how you give customer service, even if you try to service your customer. There's a correlation between the fact that you are so careless with yourself, with the carelessness that you have for others. How can I expect you to do my lashes the correct way, do my nails the correct way, to have those health standards, those safety standards, those cleanliness standards, when you don't even have them for yourself? No wonder these broads are walking around with their eyelids shut because some dumbass broad put super glue on their eyelashes. No wonder, because that same careless mentality that they have with everything else they do in their life is going to translate into the work that they do when they're entrepreneurs. We're seriously living in a time where people would rather brand themselves as an amalgamation of flaws rather than fix them, rather than striving to be better, rather than just giving a damn. Like, what happened to giving a damn? Like, we done said, I don't give up so much, and it's become our entire identity to not.
I 100% agree with the giving a damn thing. Men don't give a damn much either nowadays.
Care, but not caring is the very reason why we don't have anything nice. You can't have nice things and not care. Imagine having a marble countertop and not taking care of it. It's gonna look a damn mess, even though it's expensive. You can't have expensive things. You can't see. That's how I know these young hoes ain't got it like that. They try to get on here and flex like, yeah, we got all this money. See, we entrepreneurs. But see, if you had nice things, you take care of them. There's no way that you're gonna spend thousands of dollars on something nice and then not take care of it. That's how I know you're getting everything from Shein. That's how I know you got everything from Temu, because you don't see the monetary value in what you bought because you paid pennies for it. That's why you treat it so carelessly. Clock that. Nobody buying marble countertops is going to just spill wine all over that countertop. They're not going to just spill red sauce all over that countertop. They're not going to just put hot pots on top of that countertop because they spent so much money on it. They want to keep it nice. All this trend is revealing is the sad state of the world, the sad state of womanhood. Even the men who would benefit from, women being hoes, because guess what? They wouldn't have to be better men to get with a woman. It lowers the standards. They could just get with any woman because there's no standards for the women. They'll just sleep with anybody. They'll just do whatever because they're so careless. No condom because they're so careless. Even the men are disgusted by this. When you participate in a trend like this and you post it online, you're immortalizing yourself as this tacky trend. That's what you're going to be known as. And you can delete it all you want, but guess what? If people have saved the video, if people have included it in their videos, just like I'm including some of these videos in mine, you have been immortalized on the internet as a hoe. And what respectable man, what man worth a damn, what man who has a mother that he loves, who has standards, who has a father that he loves, who has standards, is going to bring your young hoe, old hoe ass around anything? You will shuffle yourself into the fun girl category. You will shuffle yourself into for the night category.
You labeled yourself
You're not
going
to find yourself in a meaningful relationship with a man that wants to put you first. You're not going to find yourself in a meaningful relationship with a man who wants to build with you, who wants to give you the world. You're just going to be the fun girl, the young hoe, and you can't complain because guess what? You're the one who calls yourself that in the first place. You can go ahead and keep joking about degrading yourself and making your personality about having no standards or low standards. You can try to be relatable because you're talking about all the reckless things that you're doing, but understand all you're doing is trying to normalize dysfunction and turn it into a personality. And then you wonder why your life reflects exactly that. The ironic part about it is these same folks, they'll get on here and talk about how they want the soft life. They want high value men. They want to be treated like a high value woman, but you don't even carry yourself like a high value woman. You're carrying yourself like a Temu $5 hoe. That's all this is. No high class woman is going to treat her high class items, her high class lifestyle, her high class car, her high class self with such negligence. They're not going to do that. High class women, women who care about themselves, they take care of themselves and they take care of the things that they have, even if they didn't spend a lot of money on it. Just because you bought your clothes from Shein, just because you bought your pots and pans from Temu, doesn't mean you have to treat them like such. The behavior itself of taking care of the things that you have, of taking the time to do something, those traits and that skill set, it translates into other areas of your life. And when you do get to the point where you can afford those nice things, guess what? You already know how to care for them because you practiced with the cheaper items.
This is life lessons that my parents taught me when I was growing up. You take care of your things because when you get nicer things, now you know how to fully take care of them because you took care of shittier things. I said it probably not the nicest way, but yeah, that's why you care for your things. That's why I always say I love and protect me and mine. Mine isn't just people, it's also my things.
This trend is trash, just like most of the trends you see on TikTok. It's just low class, low brow trash. And women outing themselves as trash bags, okay? Trash buckets. There is nothing beneficial about calling yourself a hoe in any context. And you can't convince me otherwise. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this whole situation? Do you agree with me where it's like, yeah, being careless, not giving a damn is not a flex. In fact, it just makes you look like a $5 Or do you disagree with me where it's like, nah, you just a old hoe and you just mad because we do whatever we want. We do whatever we want. And you too busy over there washing dishes to make sure they're clean. You're too busy taking care of your clothes so they don't tear and tatter. Taking care of your car so you keep it longer. Ugh, old hoe behavior. Oh my God. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below.